Cooking Catastrophe Chronicles. So, a couple of months ago, my friends and I decided to start a book club. It seemed like a great idea at the time, a way to broaden our literary horizons and, more importantly, an excuse to gather once a month for wine and cheese. Our inaugural meeting was a success, with everyone excitedly suggesting titles ranging from classic literature to contemporary bestsellers. That was until Brad chimed in with an unusual proposal. "Why don't we spice things up with a novel recipe book?" he suggested. We all laughed, thinking he was kidding, but Brad was dead serious. He claimed it was a unique way to mix reading with gastronomy. Intrigued and a little tipsy, we all agreed, blissfully unaware of the culinary catastrophe that awaited us. Fast forward to the much-anticipated book club cook-off, where we decided to prepare dishes inspired by the recipes in the book Brad chose. The title should have been a warning: The Gastronomic Enigma, Cooking Like a Pro. We each took a recipe, and the chaos began. Sarah tried to make a soufflé, but it deflated faster than our enthusiasm for this idea. Mark, determined to impress, attempted a complicated dish that involved flambé, but ended up with what looked like a charred meteorite. As for me, I decided to try a simple salad, only to realize that I was missing half the ingredients and substituted them with whatever I found in the pantry. By the time we gathered to taste our creations, the kitchen looked like a battlefield, and the smoke alarm had gone off twice. But the pièce de résistance was Brad's dish. He decided to tackle dessert, a seemingly harmless tiramisu. However, in his enthusiasm, and perhaps a bit of wine-fueled bravado, he misread the proportions and ended up with a concoction that was more coffee than cake. It was like drinking a cup of espresso with a spoon. As we sat around the table, staring at the mess we had created, it was clear that this culinary experiment had spiraled out of control. Our book club, intended to be a sophisticated gathering of literary minds, had descended into an episode of a cooking show gone horribly wrong. In the end, we all agreed on a new rule: no more cookbooks allowed in the book club. As we sipped our wine and picked at the remnants of our disastrous dinner, Brad raised his glass with a grin. "Well, at least we learned one thing tonight," he said. We all looked at him, waiting for the revelation. "Never judge a book by its cover," he continued, "especially if it's covered in flour and chocolate." And with that, our book club found its new motto: